In this video, we're going to talk about all the programming functions that are available in SMath Studio. Specifically, we're going to spend some time looking at a function called cases. For that purpose, we go into our worksheet. In the programming palette, this one right here, we have looked at the use of if, for, line, and a while. We have other statements that are the statement try. So we have the function try. This is used to handle errors and provide an error, an outlet and an error condition. The continue statement, if you are in an if statement or in a for loop or in a while loop, and you want to break out of this loop, you use the if you want to continue a particular line without taking any action, you use the continue statement. The break statement is the one that allows you to get out of if or for a while without having to complete all the values of the index. We're going to present those in future programming examples. I don't have any particular one right now. Those are the ones that are available in the programming palette. Now, when you go to the FX, the function, insert functions, and you look at the programming case, we have cases, clear, for, the if line, and we're already done, and then we have time, and trace, and try, and while. So the first one here is cases, and this is the one that we're going to talk about right now. Cases is used to define piecewise functions. This is how this function in particular got defined. I typed f of x, spacebar, colon, and then I inserted or typed the word cases, parentheses. So you go to programming here and cases and say insert, and then it gives you these entries. And so I'm going to enter like a square root. I'm sorry. I need to click in here to delete, and there's QRT 1 plus x squared. If the absolute value of x is greater than 2 or square root of 5 otherwise. That's how I created this function, which when you plot it produces this trapezoidal shape. Alright, so that's the cases, the simplest cases statement. But if you need some more than that, what you have to do is, for example, type a double quote to produce text and put cases, parentheses, F1, C1, F2, C2, F3, C3, and have function condition, function condition, function condition, and then the last function that's going to go with the otherwise. So what do you do with that? Then you just copy that thing, do Control C, click somewhere in here and do Control V. And basically that statement that we enter here as text, when you type it in a math entry, produces this situation, and then you can use it to define a more complex piecewise function like I did in this case. That's one way to do it. Typing this in text, copying and pasting, and then start replacing the components here, which produces this crazy function. Another way to do it is simply type, for example, f of x, spacebar, colon, and say cases, parentheses. Okay, so that gives me one option there. And you could start typing the case as I indicated here, or simply put a comma. And you put a comma and another comma, you get another line. You put a comma and another comma, and you get a third line. And so you can create as complex entry as you want by simply adding commas to the cases statement. For example, to create this function, I'm going to go to a new a new worksheet. I want to program that function using cases. I put f of x, spacebar, colon, cases, parenthesis, comma, comma. Okay, I have enough right there. Square root of minus 4 times x if x is less than or equal to 0. 2 times x if x between 0 and 9. I will type here 0 less than x. Or if I try to type just simply like that, it won't work. So I do a Control C here, space bar, and then I'm going to use the AND logical statement, and then in here click x less than 9. All right, and then otherwise minus x squared. And that's how I typed this function right here. So we presented some additional functions. I mentioned the fact that for try, continue, and break, we're going to have to wait for other possibilities, other examples. And then we spend some time discussing the cases function. And with that, we're going to stop this first part of discussing additional functions. And we're going to continue with another video for other type of additional functions.